What is up, guys? Good old-fashioned Cola back here for some more Animal Crossing. Right now in Ohio, it is December 6th at 12:38 p.m. Let's get this stuff started. So it's been a little bit since I last recorded. As is tradition, take ginormous breaks and come back with a lot of stuff to talk about, because there's not much to do in this game at this point. We've pretty much done everything. But I've written a very Charlie Day in It's Always Sunny looking list. I feel like I reference that scene every single time I'm on here. The Pepe Sylvia scene. It's just a giant scribbly mess of thoughts that I've had. And we're just going to run through them. I finally beat Ghost of Yote. I think it took me extra long because I didn't want the game to end. It was that good. It lived up to my expectations and then some. Fucking phenomenal. I buy like one PlayStation game a year, and for the past few years it's pretty much been exclusively those games. Yeah, I mean, there's only been two that have come out, but if you count the Iki Island expansion for Tsushima, then probably, well, Astrobot was my one game last year, and then God of War Ragnarok, which I never even ended up playing. I really should go back and try to play that one. Anyways, Yote was phenomenal. If you haven't picked it up yet and you got a PS5, definitely do so. You're doing yourself a disservice if you're thinking it won't live up or whatever weird bullshit you've concocted in your head about the game. Definitely give it a chance. Even if just for the combat. The combat is like such a step above Tsushima, with all the extra weapons and stuff rather than the sword stances. I'm scared that I won't be able to go back to Tsushima and have as good of a time because Yote did it so much better. But anyways, Spotify Wrapped came out a few days ago, and we got to talk about, I don't know how it ends up happening every single year. God damn, my fucking phone. I'm going to silence this shit. Yeah, it's going to just, damn group chats. But for the past 3 years now, Fall Out Boy has been my top artist, and I do listen to a lot of Fall Out Boy. I have this whole big playlist of the three. I call them. I've talked about this before. I call them the Holy Trinity of emo bands. It's Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, and My Chemical Romance. There's a lot of overlap there, I feel like. And those are my three favorite bands. So of course they're the Holy Emo Trinity to me. So I have a giant playlist that usually is just like my default playlist. I'll just throw that on if I don't know what to listen to. And so I think that really bumps all three of those bands' numbers every year, because those three are a lock on my Spotify Wrapped, like every single year. And then the bottom two slots usually change. This year it was in order. It was Fall Out Boy, My Chem, Panic at the Disco, and then Modest Mouse and Kid Cudi took the last two slots. And usually that can change. Like I said, I don't remember who my top five were the past 2 years, outside of the main three. But I know like Modest Mouse has been on there before, and Kid Cudi has definitely been on there before. But like I've had like Kanye West, I've had Bring Me the Horizon, I've had who else has been on there? Tiny Moving Parts was my top band one year. The Front Bottoms has been on there. I don't know. I feel like there was another band, too, that has made their way into that list. The first year that I had Spotify, I didn't use it too often, and so I think I used it a lot in the latter half of the year, and that's Tiny Moving Parts was my number one in, like, 2020, I think. And then I think it was, like, Bring Me the Horizon one year, and then Limp Bizkit, and then I think every year after that it's been Fall Out Boy. So shout out to Fall Out Boy. They're on like a Golden State Warriors type run as my top artist. And then my top songs, I don't remember all of them, but I know that This Fire by Killswitch Engage was number one. And then somewhere in the top five was Cult to Personality by Living Colours. So CM Punk truly dominated my listening experience this year on Spotify. That was usually like, I'm late to work. I'm hopping on the freeway. I gotta be there in 10 minutes, and it's like a 15-20 minute drive, so better put on my 90 and a 50, which is either one of those songs. Fucking pedal to the metal, man. But today is, I can talk about this. Today is John Cena's last match in WWE. It's against Gunther, which is sad but also exciting to watch. I watched Kobe's last game in his NBA career, and that's kind of what this day feels like to me. I don't know, watching one of the greats. I know a lot of people talk shit about wrestling and say, oh, it's scripted, blah, blah, blah. But it does take a lot of skill to do what those guys do. And I would, if you don't want to consider them athletes, they're definitely performative athletic actors. Like, they're not out there just going through the motions and shit. Oh, speaking of wrestling, that was weird. But anyways, I would really like it if it was somebody like his ultimate heel foil villain, Edge, but obviously he's not with WWE anymore, so I don't think that'll happen. I had this dream concoction that they show Gunther knocked out backstage, Cena's all confused in the ring, and all of a sudden Edge's music hits. Like, if WWE and AEW could set aside like any potential rival business type shit, that would create probably the biggest viral moment in wrestling history. Hearing weird noises behind me. I don't know. Obviously, I don't run a wrestling company, nor do I run one on either size scale as those two companies, but I feel like that would be pretty fucking sweet, and it'd be quite the way to cap off Cena's career, as well as Edge. He's kind of, I think he's winding down as well. But what else is there to talk about? Oh, the Cavs have been mega liquid ass recently. Definitely not the same team from last year. I don't know what the hell's going on. Darius Garland looks like he's slowly joining the group of guys like Tracy McGrady and who else? I don't know, maybe fucking Jay Williams. I don't know. I can't think of another comp of like a all-star guy that had some sort of like injury plague all of a sudden. Fucking, well, I mean, not all of a sudden. Darius has been always kind of brittle, but this fucking toe injury, I think, it's like cooked him at this point. Like, at some point you need to have a discussion about trading his contract, but I don't think anybody's gonna want him. He's on a fucking max contract, and he can't stay on the floor. He gets hunted on defense, and he's shit on offense now because he has no speed due to his toe injury. Like, Cavs are probably done here. I think we should trade Evan Mobley, really for anybody, but mostly for Giannis. I don't think Evan Mobley is the transcendent talent that they think he is. I think he's a great defensive player, solid offensive player, but he'll never be more than what he is right now. People on Cavs Twitter have started to label him 18-8 because you're guaranteed probably 18 points, 18 rebounds. But at this point in the Cavs like timeline here, they need Evan Mobley to probably be more like a 28-10 guy rather than an 18-8 guy, and he just, I don't think, could ever be that. Jalen Tyson looks fantastic though. Definitely looking better than I ever thought he would. Or not like better than I ever thought he would. I thought he would be solid, but I didn't think he would look like the second best player on the team as of late. I thought he was definitely like a rotational player, but he's looking like what I think they wanted Isaac Okoro to be, like a do-it-all Swiss Army knife kind of guy. Hustles, plays good defense, can shoot. And meanwhile, like, is it too late to take back the Isaac Okoro trade? I don't know if I talked about it. In the moment, I was very excited. I drank the Lonzo Ball Kool-Aid. I drank way too much of it, actually. Thought that he was going to be great for us. And now I've been to 6 games, I think, so far. I went to the home opener, both Toronto games, the Rockets game, the Blazers game. And if you're keeping score at home, I think that's only 5. If you're keeping score at home, most of those were losses. And all of those were met with Lonzo Ball jacking up really, really stupid shots. And the entire time, everyone in the home crowd screaming, "No!" every time he fucking did it. Like a lot of those games, like I think he's shooting like 29% for the season so far, and that's just on regular field goals. That's not threes. So the Lonzo Ball experience, for the most part, has been really, really bad. I'd much rather have Isaac Okoro back. So I don't know what the Cavs are gonna do. Hopefully they can swing some kind of deal for Giannis or somebody else if they become available, or trade Donovan Mitchell and try to get some picks back, because this team feels like it's just spinning in circles, like it's like a chicken with its head cut off type shit. Like I don't know. They're definitely not a championship contender, and maybe that comes down. Maybe you have to fire Kenny Atkinson. I know he's a good coach, but sometimes like shit just don't work out, or sometimes guys get complacent. All of a sudden, my controller stopped working. Guys get fucking complacent and lazy, and you have to like kick them in the ass pretty much. And I feel like firing the coach maybe, but then it's like, who are you gonna get? I feel like. We had an assistant coach, Jordan Ott, go to the Phoenix Suns. He's their head coach now. And they look fantastic, and they look fantastic on offense. And a lot of people are like, I think Jordan Ott may have been running the offense, because the Suns are playing a lot like how we played last year. And they look as good offensively as we did last year. And we look like we have zero identity outside of run up and down the floor and jack up random fucking threes. Hello, Brady. My cat just jumped up on my lap. Hopefully he doesn't break a ton of stuff. And now I can't see my list. I mean, that's pretty much it. No, actually it's not it at all. We have a lot more to talk about. I have to flip the paper here, though. We have to talk about Metroid Prime 4 finally coming out. I did not get the game yet. Brady, can you get down? Oh. Okay. I did not get the game. I'm holding out. I want to watch a couple more reviews and stuff. It's been okay from what I've seen, but also the writing aspect of it with the companions and stuff has skewed me a little. And then also the open world area with the desert and the bike and shit. First of all, locking the radio behind an amiibo is pretty scummy on Nintendo's part. And then also, come on, dude. Not everything has to be an open world. I feel like Breath of the Wild kind of, not like sanitized a lot of Nintendo games, but a lot of Nintendo feels forced to put that in because everybody was like, oh, I fucking love Breath of the Wild. First of all, I'm not too hot on Breath of the Wild. I feel like it's kind of an empty game. I know people are probably going to flame me. I commented on something, I think IGN's review of Metroid, where people were talking about Breath of the Wild, and I was like, honestly, Breath of the Wild kind of ruined Zelda. I miss the linearity of it. I'd much rather play a game like Wind Waker than play a game like Tears of the Kingdom. I understand everything has to have a physics puzzle and fucking everything's got to be an open world. I mean, Wind Waker was a fucking open world. It was just more linear. But you could kind of go island to island so long as you had the items to solve the puzzles and stuff. But I feel like I've talked about my not disdain for Breath of the Wild. It's a fine game. It's just not like the greatest Zelda of all time like people act like it is. I'm playing with one hand because my cat is demanding that we be friends right now, and not the entire morning I've spent with him while he's just slept. You had no interest in being my friend a fucking hour ago, and as soon as I hit record, then now you're like all about being my friend. People are gonna think I'm Hassan Piker or whoever that dude is with his fucking dog and shock collar. I don't know. I don't keep track of streamers. I feel like I don't know. I won't even delve into that. Anyways, we got to talk about two more things. The Steam Machine is coming out. I 100% am going to get one because I'm a total Valve shill at this point. I feel like I could talk about that. I feel like Xbox is not doing very well. I canceled my Game Pass. I paid for Game Pass Ultimate, and I really enjoyed it for the time that I had it, and I just felt like I couldn't justify the money anymore. I did get Call of Duty out from my work. I work at a library, in case you guys are new here. Libraries do carry games. Typically, I don't know, maybe a small town library might not have the budget for games, but in my suburban library, we do carry video games. And I got Black Ops 7. It's okay. I only played a few games. I should play a little bit today, but I kind of want to play Skyrim. It's all snowy and stuff outside. And I also want to play The Sims because I've been watching a lot of LGR, Lazy Game Reviews stuff, and I watched a few of his Sims videos, and now I'm all itching to play The Sims. But definitely, I'm going to get the Steam Machine, the Gabe Cube, as people have been calling it. Sir, please. And then also, New Horizons getting DLC. I was pretty excited about that. At this point, I don't really honestly remember what all was entailed in it. I remember there was like a hotel, which I was least excited about. I was mostly just excited about the items and stuff that they're adding to the game. Because another thing that probably would get me flamed, I feel like I've commented this places before, they've kind of boiled Animal Crossing down now to like this decorating simulator. Like, I feel like the decorating is probably the most boring aspect of Animal Crossing. And it's probably why I lean more towards this, where the villagers had a little bit more personality to them. Because I felt like that was probably more of what kept drawing me into the game. That and like the collecting, not so much the decoration and house customization. My house has always looked like a fucking tornado ran through it. Like I'm very messy in real life, and I'm very messy in the virtual world. So I'm not surprised that that's one of my least favorite aspects. But anyways, I'm Good Old Fashioned Cola. I think I'm going to go play some Sims. Maybe I'll record it. Who knows? But I will see you guys back here next time.